All right, in this problem we want to find the area bounded between the functions f of x equals x squared minus 5x plus 11 and g of x equals 0.5 times e to the 0.5x, and the lines x equals 1 and x equals 4. Okay, it's going to be helpful to have a graph so that we can see which function is above the others. My guess is they probably don't cross, f and g, between 1 and 4, but I'm not sure. Now, if you don't have a calculator, what you could do is plug in a number in between 1 and 4. But really, you're going to need a calculator anyways to plug in such a number. So let's use this graphing calculator here. Let's go to y equals. We're going to enter the two functions. So x squared minus 5x plus 11 into the y1, and into y2 we'll enter 0.5 times e to the power of 0.5x. Alright, and let's just go see what happens when I graph it. I may need to adjust my axes. Okay, that looks like the parabola f, and there must be the exponential function g. Okay, so clearly between 1 and 4, if these x values are as they think I are, yeah, I see, oops, that's the table. Window, yes, okay, let's graph it from 0 to 5. Okay, you can see that there's f, and there's g. So f is greater than g on this interval from 1 to 4. Now, if you didn't have a graphing calculator, you could plug in 1 or 2 points into both f and g, and you would get larger numbers for f. Like if you took f of 2, you'd get a larger number than g of 2. Okay, so then to find the area in between here, let me copy this in, and that way we'll be able to sketch on it. So to find the area there, we need to integrate. Okay, so we're finding this area. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. We're trying to approximate the area in between those curves, which looks kind of roughly like that. All right, so to set up this integral, let's see, the area is defined as the top function minus the bottom function, and we're going from 1 to 4 here. So our limits of integration are 1 to 4. It's going to be f minus g, because f is on top. So x squared minus 5x plus 11 minus 0.5 times e to the 0.5x dx. Okay, then the integral of x squared is 1/3 x cubed. The integral of minus 5x is minus 5 halves x squared. The integral of 11 is 11x. Okay, for the integral of 0.5 e to the 0.5x, the 0.5 stays out front, so it's minus 0.5 times the integral of e to the 0.5x. This is using that special exponential rule. So the integral of e to a constant is 1 over that constant, so it's 1 over 0.5 times e to the power of 0.5x times e to itself. Because if you were to differentiate e to the 0.5x, just the derivative of e to the 0.5x, remember you would have to use the chain rule, so it is itself e to the 0.5x times the derivative of this inside function on the exponent times 0.5. So we multiply by 1 over 0.5 to undo this when we are integrating. And we are integrating from 1 to 4. So we're going to plug in 4 minus plug in 1, and this is going to involve some serious arithmetic here. Oops, not 1/4. So this is 1/3 times 4 cubed minus 5 halves times 4 squared is 16 plus 11 times x times 4 is 44. Okay, this 0.5 out front cancels with that 1 over 0.5. So we have minus e to the 0.5 times 4 minus, now we need to plug in 1 everywhere. So 1/3 times 1 cubed. 1 cubed is 1, so it's just 1/3. 1 squared is 1, so minus 5 halves. 11 times 1 is 11, and then minus e to the 0.5 times 1 is e to the 0.5. Okay, I'm going to clear this stuff here. All right. So let's see. 4 cubed, 4 times 4 is 16, times another 4 is 64, so that's 64 cubed. Minus, let's see, 16 over 2 is 8. 8 times 5 is 40. Then we have plus 44 minus e to the, let's see, 0.5 times 4, that's a half times 4, that's 2. And down here we've got minus a third. I'm going to go ahead and distribute this negative out. Plus 5 halves minus 11 plus e to the 0.5. And at some point we can just enter what we have here into the calculator. It says find or approximate to 2 decimal places. So yeah, eventually we'll just enter it in, but I think I'll combine my whole numbers here first. So 44 minus 40 is 4. So that's 4. 4 minus 11 is negative 7. So negative 7, that. We can combine these thirds. 64 thirds minus 1 third is 63 thirds, which I believe will simplify. So 63 thirds, and then we have plus 5 halves minus e squared plus e to the 0.5. 63 thirds. Okay, so 60 divided by 3 is 20. So 63 divided by 3 is 21. So we have negative 7 plus 21, that's going to be 14. Plus the 5 halves, you can write it as 5 halves or 2.5. Minus e squared plus e to the 0.5. Let's see what that comes to on the calculator here. So then we have, second quit, so refresh my calculator. Okay, so 14 plus 2.5 minus e squared plus e to the 1/2. See, it comes to 10, 2 decimal places here, so 10.76 if we round, roughly. 10.76 is that enclosed area there.